How does comparison show up in your life? Another way of asking that question is, through what frame do you perceive your experience today? We are only able really to compare experiences when we have something to compare it to. Either something from the past, well, I'm better off than I was before, or it's not as bad as it used to be, or those were the good old days. Again, that's a framework through which we perceive our present. And that frame holds that space where we can compare what we see through that frame with what we happen to be feeling right now. Comparison can happen when we're looking at the past, our own past, or just the general past. Comparison can also happen when we are looking at another person or at a person's perception of us, what we think a person might be hearing or seeing. Comparison can also happen with what could be in the future. Comparison is that perception of where we are and what we think about what we see. So, what is the frame that we use? That matters when a comparison rises up in our heart or rises up in our mind. And if we set a comparison in our own thoughts and we say, well, this person or that thing or this event in comparison with, what are we seeing it from? What are you comparing this thing with? What that framework is more than our thought, and it's more than even our beliefs. It's this interweaving of what we believe, what we value, what we think, what we feel, and who we see ourselves as being. Each one of those are wrapped up in that comparison and in that frame. So in order to really have a sense of what that frame is, we need to notice. When I find that feeling of that comparison, and I think everybody has that sense of, oh, I'm being compared, either in my own mind or out in the world. It takes time and energy to notice what's happening here. What am I feeling? What thoughts are going through my head? Sometimes we don't have a chance to actually think about it at the time. Things move fast. So it's okay to notice it in reflection. Comparison can be a wonderful opportunity where we can see, oh, hey, there's something here I can notice. And reflection isn't always enjoyable. Sometimes we might not necessarily like what we see. Sometimes it's hard to see through the fog of emotion. Sometimes our thoughts can be tricksy indeed. And yet, you are the only you in this universe. And that makes you so special and unique. You are worth that time and that energy to notice when that comparison rises up. It is worth that energy, and you are worth that energy. I'm Catherine Gabriel-Jones. I'm an encouragement coach. And yeah, I do believe in you.